Oh yeah, I love these tall boys.
Definitely came in last. Antituxbit definitely saw you come in last. Username still isn't sure what Antitux was thinking, but it was very entertaining to watch him as he broke that.
Oh my god. This is...
Antitux completely failed on that run.
Can I clear that?
It was very sad, and Antitux will remember it for a long time.
Oh my god, there's like 100 of them in here.
Things didn't go as planned for Antitux.
Can I clear the queue? Okay, I'm just gonna turn this off. And then it'll come back up. Oh my god. Processing, okay. Holy shit. It's actually the ground. That's data for actually controlling the LEDs on the strip. And this is, you know, this is the actual 5 volts. So this allows me to, once I actually plug this back in here, you can't actually see it. So once I actually plug this back in here, I can actually control this. Since we know it's not going to trigger itself anyway, one more. We don't need this because it's not going to matter anyway. Delete sub action. Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Shit's disgusting. It's like baby powder mixed with awful. Alright.
Since we know it's not going to trigger itself anyway, one more. We don't need this because it's not going to matter anyway. Delete sub action. Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Alright. Back here.
Prime setting.
Yeah, I can point it down. Let me just move my shit.
Shit, that's an iFixit kit.
Yeah. iFixit.com! iFixit!
iFixit!
I break it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. That one failed. Yeah, it's pissed about something. Well, do you want us to reset? Do you want me to... Let's set those... Oh. Okay. Alright, keep talking.
I got to actually put thermal paste on my CPU and not just no paste it.
Talk normal. Louder. Talk like you talk to me.
How's it going, old man?
Fuck you. Okay, not like that. Alright, audio's on you, man.
Sweet.
Antituxbit definitely saw you coming last. At least Antitux tried. He failed, but at least he tried. Username still isn't sure what Antitux was thinking, but it was very entertaining to watch him as he broke that.
Holy fuck.
As the great Ricky Bobby once said, if you're not first, you're last. In this case, you definitely came in last. Antitoxbit definitely saw you coming last. Percent username percent still isn't sure what Antitox was thinking, but it was very entertaining to watch him as he broke that.
Oh my god. This is...
Antitox completely failed on that run.
Can I clear that?
It was very sad, and
They have queues
Antitox
here?
will remember it for a long time.
Oh my god, there's like 100 of them in here.
Things didn't go as planned for Antitox.
Can I clear the queue? Okay, I'm just gonna turn this off. And then it'll come back up. Oh my god. Processing, okay. Holy shit.
Let's see how this looks. And let's see how long it takes to run. I'm just running at 6 right now. I just want to see it. I know this is stable, so as long as I don't pull it down too much, I think I'm fine. What's my heater not showing right though? It just noped the fuck out, didn't it? Oh no.
Definitely came in last. Antitoxbit definitely saw you coming last. Percent username percent still isn't sure what Antitox was thinking, but it was very entertaining to watch him as he broke that.
Oh my god. This is...
Antitox completely failed on that run.
Can I clear that?
It was very sad, and
They have queues
Antitox
here?
will remember it for a long time.
Oh my god, there's like 100 of them in here.
Things didn't go as planned for Antitox.
Can I clear the queue? Okay, I'm just gonna turn this off. And then it'll come back up. Oh my god. Processing, okay. Holy shit.
I'll make you work. I'll make you love me. Love me. All right, keep talking.
I got to actually put thermal paste on my CPU and not just no paste it.
Talk normal. Louder. Talk like you talk to me.
How's it going, old man?
Fuck you. Okay, not like that. Okay. Alright, audio's on you, man.
Sweet.
Since we know it's not going to trigger itself anyway, one more. We don't need this because it's not going to matter anyway. Delete sub action. Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Antitoxbit definitely saw you coming last. At least Antitox tried. He failed, but at least he tried. Percent username percent still isn't sure what Antitox was thinking, but it was very entertaining to watch him as he broke that.
Holy fuck.
As the great Ricky Bobby once said, if you're not first, you're last. In this case, you
That's not ideal. That corner's completely trashed. Hopefully there's not anything there. Oh, there is something there. Great. So, what is that? Maybe a temperature sensor and humidity. That is. That corner is trashed. It's not great.
Like baby powder mixed with awful. Alright.
last. Anti-tox definitely saw you coming last.
Oh, Jesus. I am so sorry, guys.
Things didn't go as planned for Anti-tox.
No, they did not. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Percent username percent still isn't sure what Anti-tox was thinking, but it was very entertaining to watch him as he broke that.
Oh, God. Oh my God, it just sent like 70 of them into the friggin' queue.
As the great Ricky Bobby once said.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I hope you had a good day. I had an absolutely fucking wonderful day. And I'm so glad it's over so I can actually enjoy my weekend. Oh, love you guys, miss you guys. We're gonna have some fun tonight. That's all I'm gonna say. Do some hot takes. Oh my God, I got logged out of my friggin' Restream account. What the hell? Can't even see my chat. What the hell? Cars. That's a car. That's a car. That's a car. That's a bus. What the hell? Restream isn't logging in for me. Oh, I'm blind. There we are. Now I can see. Yes. All right, got chat up. Of course, it's always something every single day, right? It's always something new. Let me set that light up pointing this way really quick, just so I can actually see what the fuck I'm doing, because otherwise I look a little too dark. Everybody wants me to look pretty, right? And if you don't want me to look pretty, what's wrong with you? Get my thermometer out here. Oh my goodness. We're going to have ourselves a night. I'm just gonna watch the VMUG town hall this morning, or from this morning. Hopefully work our way through that here. Then kind of figure out what we're gonna do from there. I mean, I really didn't have anything other than maybe just do some development, do some coding. I don't know. Let's think about working on my cat's blog maybe a little bit more. But yeah, that's about it. Just want to take it easy tonight. Why does it keep on trying to start? That's annoying. Stop that. Demon just wanted to start on its own. Oh my goodness. You're out there, see, please say hello. Doing this alone is never any fun. All right. Oh, I gotta fix my YouTube really quick. Yeah, because it is not monetized right now, and I need to turn that on. So that requires me to take a minute, get that taken care of. What? No, it's not made for kids. FOD. Okay. No age restrictions. Save. Customization. Live reactions. Yep. Analytics. Monetization on. YouTube balanced. Yep. Do it. Good. Now we're making money, theoretically at least. Let's do live chat replay, so folks can actually watch that again. Awesome. I think we're ready. All right. Yep. We are ready, my friends. Check out the live analytics on this bad boy. Just want to have that up just so I can take a look and see things. Awesome. Okay. Let's get started. So for tonight, we're going to watch this boring ass video and make fun of it. Specifically, it's this boring ass video here. Let's lock that. It's right there. What we'll do is we'll take down the music a little bit. I'm going to pause that for a little bit, and then we'll start this up and start talking about it. I'll jump in as I can.
Everybody's having a good one, heading into the weekend. Some are closer than others, I'm sure. All right, Kansas City, Italy, Arizona, Oxford, Iowa, Netherlands. I'll be there next month. Mississippi, just got back from Starkville, Mississippi. My daughter's thinking about going to Mississippi State. Melbourne, Ottawa. Wow, it's rolling in. Oh, the chats. I love the lively chat.
From everywhere.
That's right. Hungary, Switzerland, Omaha, Home College World Series, Ireland, England, Columbus. Oh, I think I saw Knoxville pop up in there. We're in Nashville, Tennessee, if you're curious. If the conference room name doesn't give it away in our skyline behind us. Dead giveaway there. A little rainy and overcast today, about, let's see, 48 degrees. All right, the number's still clocking up here pretty rapidly. All right, well, we are going to go ahead and get started. Those folks that are still joining, they can catch up with us. All right, everyone, thank you for coming to the VMUG Town Hall. We have done this last month. We're doing it again this month. You'll have a QR code at the end, and we're going to be doing it again next
Yeah, they did do it last month. It didn't go well.
month. So it's a great way for our members to get together and talk about what's going on. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the whole IT world, lots going on with Broadcom, lots going on with Broadcom by VMware. Broadcom had a big presence at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona this week. I think that wraps up today, or maybe it was yesterday. Here's my contact information. If you want to connect up with me, my Twitter handle, X handle, the DM is open. It's a great way to get me. If you're looking for some information, LinkedIn, I'm trying to get more active on LinkedIn. So hit me up there as well. My messaging on that is open. So that's how you can get in touch with me. I'm the executive director. My responsibility is the global VMUG. So you might see me around, out and about, here, there, and everywhere. All right, so let's talk about today. What we want to do is go over three main things. Talk a little bit about VMUG. Yes, VMUG is here to stay. We're going to talk about VMware by Broadcom updates, and then we're going to have a Q&A open forum. And during that forum, please put your questions in the Q&A. We do have the chat enabled. We do have that enabled on purpose. This is a town hall, so you are free to say whatever you want to in the chat. I will tell you, I cannot keep up with the chats during the call, so I will read those afterwards. I read them all from last time, so put whatever you want to in there. I will read it. Q&A, we'll go through that at the end, and I probably won't be able to get through all the Q&A either, but we do read this. We do get this back to Broadcom, so it's important that you know that, and feel free to use the chat, use the Q&A. We will get to it. If we don't get to it on this call, we will get to it at some point. And you can see on this town hall, we've sprinkled in questions from the last town hall. And I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce Autumn. She's here with me as well. And so we are your hosts for today. So let's jump in here. What is the purpose of the town hall? We want to keep our members up to date on the latest that's going on with VMware and Broadcom. Nothing you're going to see today. There's nothing new. I shouldn't say nothing new. There's nothing special. There's no inside information. I've got access to all the same information you do. Better said, everything here is going to be available on the internet. Not only that, we're going to give you the QR code so you can scan and get straight to the links so you can read for yourself. But there's a lot of good information out there. We're all busy. You might not have time to, sift through what's going on or not sure where the right blog is. Well,
That hurts to see. My maintenance cost went from $37,000 to $87,000 thanks to Broadcom, and that was after dumping VDI licenses. Oof.
That's what we're here for, to help you navigate what's going on and give information to you so you can make the best decision for you, your company, and your career. So we'll talk about how these updates affect you as a customer. Then we do consolidate these questions and get them back to VMware and Broadcom. Gene Williams and Eric Nielsen, they're on the VMUG board. They are Broadcom employees. And so they're tightly aligned with us, and they've been a tremendous help during this time. So they are not only helping us with this, they're asking us for this information. What's going on? What's the chat like? What's the Q&A like? So they have helped us out with that. So we appreciate all the help they're doing. So that's the purpose of the town hall. We had spirited chat last month, and we'll probably won't be disappointed this month as well. But anyway, hope you enjoy it, and we will continue moving on here. So first off, VMUG is here to stay. VMUG's an independent organization. Yes, I know I said that a bunch of times last time. That was called out in the chat, but that's okay. It's important for you to understand that.
Hey, Colombian Brew Joe. Nice to see you, man. Yeah, I'm only going to be on for a little while, man. I'm going to probably get through this, probably do a little bit of coding, and then I'll probably hit you up afterwards. Maybe we can hang out, drink some beers or whatever. It's totally up to you, man, if you want to do something later.
An independent organization. Some of the questions: will VMUG still be around with all the changes to VMware? Yes, we are still around. One of the reasons we're still around is because Broadcom didn't buy VMUG. Broadcom bought VMware. And because we're independent, those are two separate things. Yes, we're tightly aligned with Broadcom by VMware, but we're two independent organizations. And that's why we're still here, and we're going to continue. Any structural changes to VMUG or VMware VMUG representatives? No structural changes. I mentioned Gene and Eric earlier. They were on the board prior to acquisition. They're still on the board, post-acquisition. They do a tremendous amount of work for the community, and not only with VMUG. Many of y'all know Eric Nielsen. He's got a podcast. He does the V community, does a bunch of different things, V experts, all that kind of stuff, him and his team. So they are stalwarts in the community, and they are still part of VMUG, which we appreciate everything that they do. How is VMUG going to be able to provide Broadcom with feedback? Well, the answer to that is direct feedback. We literally send them the chat transcript, and we send them the Q&A transcript. I'm guessing that many of them are on the call right now hearing this. So it is direct feedback. We will have a QR code at the end that if you want to give direct feedback straight to Broadcom, they have a portal that you can do that, a little form you can fill out at the end. So we will get to that. So VMUG's here. Everything's rolling along with VMUG. Advantage, will we continue with the 365-day license key? So some of the questions here: will VMware by Broadcom still support Member Advantage Eval Experience program? Yes.
I just saw something kind of interesting. Everyone see the end of support announcement for Photon OS? I actually just pulled that up here. Let me pull that down here. All right. Photon OS on vCenter server. 228. VNO will not release newer Photon OS. Oh yeah, Photon OS is dead. I didn't even catch that. Holy crap. I'm going to send this over. Yeah, let me save that really quick. I'm just going to send that to one of the other chats I go to on a regular basis. Awesome.
If you're unfamiliar with VMUG Advantage, quick 30, 45 seconds on this. Membership to VMUG is free. VMUG Advantage gives you additional benefits that you have to pay for. It's $210 a year for a subscription. So it is a subscription model. So with that $210 subscription you get for a year, you get all the benefits of VMUG Advantage. The two biggest things that people use on VMUG Advantage is discounts on training and certification. That's 20 to 35% discount on training and certs. So that's a big one. But by far the biggest is this 365-day license key. So this is a license key, mini license key. It's nearly all the VMware programs. Yes, it's vSphere, vSAN, NSX, Horizon, Fusion, ARIA, Workstation, SRM. I'm missing a bunch in there, but you get the gist. It's a lot. So those license keys are still there. You can download them and use them in your home lab. They're not for production. I need to say that they are not for production. They are not to replace the free ESXi that is end of availability. This is non-production workload environments. So many of y'all might have some home labs out on a Nook or a Raspberry Pi, or maybe you got some decommissioned servers from work or something. That's all fine if it's in your home lab, but not for production. How will Advantage handle the new subscription model and licensing changes? Will there still be 365-day license keys? Well, I just answered that, but just to reiterate, yes, we were on a subscription model before. Eval Experience and Advantage launched, I think in 2015. Eval Experience maybe came in 16, 17, something like that. And we've been subscription since day one. So the subscription hasn't changed. It's $210. The subscription model hasn't changed. It's $210 for a year. Trust me, folks, that's the best deal going in town. All right, next up, events are in full swing. Is VMUG allowing non-VMware topics at events? So I get this question from time to time, and the simple answer is our mission is for our members to get the most out of VMware and partner solutions. And yes, it must be complementary to a VMware environment. So what does that mean? That doesn't mean it has to be something that directly hooks into vSphere or vSAN or NSX, but it does have to work in a VMware environment. So an example of this is, let's take Panduit, right? They make PDUs, they make racks, they make cables, zip ties, all this kind of stuff. Panduit doesn't care what kind of operating system or virtualization I shouldn't speak for Panduit, but you get my gist. That doesn't matter. But yes, that's obviously going to work in a VMware environment. It's going to work in any environment. It's racks, it's zip ties. It doesn't matter. If you wanted to have Panduit come talk about your, what's going on with PDUs and racks, that's fine. The counter to that would be, let's say, Microsoft. If Microsoft wanted to come talk about Hyper-V, we're not going to have that content out of VMUG. Nothing.
Yeah, that'd be kind of embarrassing, wouldn't it? That'd be kind of embarrassing having somebody else talk about their virtualization on there, wouldn't it? I mean, that's why people like two guys tech, that's why they exist, is to find that kind of stuff. That's why I do stuff on my channel like this. I mean, that's literally why there's a breadth of other people that actually do this kind of shit, is specifically so they don't have to, and also because, well, not really giving us much of an option now anyway at this point, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is,
Nothing wrong with that content. It's just not going to be happening out of VMUG. So
how you doing, Koala? Nice to see you, man. Good to see that you're here. I miss you.
That's kind of the difference. If it's a direct competing product, then no, we're not going to have that content out of VMUG. But if it's non-VMware, yes, it's open. You can have those conversations. If Microsoft wanted to talk about Microsoft 365 and all the benefits of that, then that would be fine to have at an event. So we leave a lot of autonomy for our chapters to make those calls. And if you do have questions on that, feel free to reach out to me or member services and we can go through it. So events are in full swing in 2024. We've got a slide at the end that talks about all of them, but real quick, we've got Modern Core Infrastructure in DC. coming up in March. We've got Florida UserCon, St. Louis UserCon, Philly UserCon, Netherlands UserCon. And this is where I have to pause and say, yes, they're the largest one in the world. Those that know get it. And secondly, we have the Virtual Cloud and Core Day, March 7th. So those are the events that are going on just in March alone. And that didn't even count the chapters that are having events that are all over the place. So you can go to vmug.com/events and find out more. All right, so VMUG's here. We've all got that. So let's move on to the latest news with Broadcom. And again, all of these things are on the web, and we're going to show you how to navigate there. Licensing, that's been a big topic of conversation. What has Broadcom by VMware done? They have simplified the SKUs. They're going to be focusing on VCF. So SKU simplification, and yes, end of availability for SaaS products, for software as a service product. So dive into this a little bit more. The vCloud Foundation is for customers that want the full stack, vSphere, vSAN, NSX, ARIA. That's kind of the Cadillac. That's the top of the line. That gets you everything. And that is going to be a focus for Broadcom. They've made that clear. That is not your only option, though. And I should point out, all these
Azure Stack, HCI, Nutanix, Proxmox. Fuck. I love these people, man. The chat's just great.
quotes are coming from Rick Walsworth blog that is the top QR code. So if you want to scan that, you can go straight to his blog and find all this information. We are just relaying information from Broadcom. This is not our...
Which homie? Which homie are you talking about? Oh, is my cat around here? No, I don't see my cat.
Information, we're just giving it to you because, again, we know you're busy. We know you look for VMUG to say, VMUG, help me understand what's going on. That blog is a fantastic blog. All right, so the second option is vSphere, VMware vSphere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the VMUG guy. I mean, I ripped him an asshole the last one pretty bad, and I figure, you know, might as well do it again because it was fun. So here we are.
Foundation, VVF. So on that, you get vSphere. You also get TKG. You get some ARIA in there as well. And that is a little bit less than what vCloud Foundation is as far as products that's in that bundle, but it's still a bundle. Now, if you need less than that, which there's many of you out there, and there's no problem with that, you have options: vSphere Standard, vSphere Essentials Plus. So those basically are the 4 SKUs. Yes, there's add-ons that you can put onto that. So it doesn't mean you're just limited to whatever comes in that bundle. You can add on to it, but those are the 4 SKUs. They have simplified the portfolio, and that's where we're standing on that. So Rick's blog is a great blog. And then the William Lamb blog is also another good blog that outlines what's going on. If many of y'all know William Lamb, he does a great job. He's got graphs in there. It's a fantastic blog. Go check that one out as well.
Stop. I'm going to stop it while the ads are running. Smoke them if you got them. I'll throw in some tunes. Come on. Tunes. There we are. A little bit of chill music there. Oh, yeah, I loved Proxmox. That was great. I mean, you were there when I fucking gave up on it the other day. That was awful. That was not fun. I did not enjoy that experience. It's like, nope, fuck it. That ain't gonna work for me. I should add an ads thing to that too for the next run. Yeah, let's do that real quick. So, ads. There we are. Yeah. Nah, I don't want to do it right now. I'm tired. That's a lot of work. We'll do that later after I have a couple beers. All right. A little break's over. Back to the fun.
End of SaaS. So end of availability on SaaS. So the question on this was, are SKUs for VCF on SaaS available yet? Our rep told us that the current SKUs are all for on-prem. I don't believe that's the case, but you need to talk to Broadcom about that. Talk to Broadcom by VMware. Talk to your partners. Partners got all their letters if they're going to be continuing in the Broadcom Advantage Partner Program.
They didn't actually get all their letters. A lot of companies did not actually find out whether or not they're actually in the if they were actually allowed in the program yet. There's still a bunch of companies I know of, personally that I know of, that don't know if they're that they never actually found out that they were in the program until like they basically had to like start calling their reps and trying to figure that stuff out. So they were really, really bad about letting companies know.
More on that in a minute, but that's where you really need to talk to your partners. There are some solutions out there like VMC on AWS or Oracle Cloud VMware solution. You got the GVE with Google. You got AVS with Azure. So there's ways that you can get that kind of SaaS solution, but I don't know. I'm not aware of a.
The major problem with licensing for most users is you are heavily over provisioning per VM with hardware. That has been acceptable because of pricing, but they have to bring pricing in line with public cloud offerings. You will need to be better at your role and manage provisioning to manage costs. This is not a VMware issue. This is an administration issue. Fuck you, buddy. I love that. I mean that in the most loving way possible, but that is the shittiest answer. You can't just sit there and say it's a fucking skill issue and pretend like you can just drop the mic and walk away, because that's not the way that fucking works. You give it what it's going to need at its peak, not necessarily what it's going to need at the given time. Okay? So its average doesn't matter. It's going to be what it's going to be at its peak. It doesn't actually use what it needs until it actually gets to its peak. Otherwise, it uses well underneath that. So saying shit like that is just really, really fucking shitty.
VCF on SaaS that you could buy directly. Again, go to Broadcom, hit Rick's blog, and you can find out more information. Ask your partners. Ask VMware by Broadcom. If you don't have a VMware by Broadcom rep, partners are.
And by the way, I totally don't know the guy. He might be totally fine, but the way that's put actually really rubs me the wrong way. That's not the way that business works. It's not the way that people do things. And you can't just immediately say skill issue on everything. If anything, work with the people. You don't just fucking throw them out. You don't just immediately throw them under the bus just because of the way they're doing things. Maybe that's the way they wanted to design it to be. Maybe they wanted to design it for peak load. Some companies can't scale their apps horizontally. They have to do it vertically. And it's very narrow-minded to immediately just say, yeah, you suck, so maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Like, that just doesn't work. And that's not how you do business, and that's not how you get people. But that pisses me off for people to say, and it hurts. People use what they want to use. I don't know.
Continuing to be a key role in the VMware by Broadcom ecosystem, so they are key. Is there any update yet on what definitely is going to be discontinued? All right, that chart there is not intended for you to read. It's just an example. That chart is huge, and it's in Rick's blog, and it's probably 4 pages. But it outlines everything, what products there are. vSphere Enterprise Plus, yes. Is there a product replacement? Yes, and it tells you can get that in VCF or VBF. The one below it, vSphere Plus, no, that's not included. That's not available anymore. That doesn't mean you can't get vSphere. It just means you can't get vSphere Plus. So there are definitely ways that you can consume the vSphere that you're using now. Might be a little bit different flavor, a little bit different SKU, but the technology, there's ways that you can continue to get that. Make no mistake about that. But that blog right there is a great way to find out what's going on. It's way too long to go into all the details on that. Again, the QR code there will lead you to it. So if you did have a SaaS product, I had some folks ask me about specifically ARIA SaaS. The good news is that VMware will continue to offer active support through the duration of your support contract. So if you've got a 2-3 year ELA, well, they'll be supporting it during that time. After that, or when it comes close to that renewal, you will need to work with VMware by Broadcom or either a partner to find out where you need to go next. lots of different options. You know your environment, and a partner can help you out with that, or VMware can help you out with that as well. So update.
Yeah, he's basically doing the same thing. It's the same shit over again.
On the licensing there. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but they did end of general availability for free vSphere hypervisor. And yes, that got a lot of activity on my social feeds and everything. But as you can see, as of 2/14, it's end of general availability. Now, I know that some of you have been running in production this license, which was totally fine, before now. Going forward, you will need to figure out what to do with that. And I can't speak to exactly what path you have. Obviously, you can go back to this slide and look at a vSphere standard, vSphere's Essential Plus. You can look at what the differences are in all those. That's one option where you could go. There's other options out there as well. I'm not here to advise you on where to go and how to do it, but you do need to be aware that the general availability of free vSphere is over. Now, if you are using this in a home lab, yes, VMUG Advantage can help you out. So for $210 subscription, you can get this for your home lab, not for production. You can get it in your home lab if you wanted to kick the tires, maybe do an upgrade, proof of concept, train it for, certification, whatever it is. VMUG Advantage is a great program, and you can check that out. But that is what's going on.
What's that? 1440p 60? Yes, that is what I actually run this at. And actually, I think I'm at 30 if I recall correctly, but it might actually be coming through a 60. Let me check really quick. Yeah. Oh, no, I am. Yeah, it's video. Oh, yeah, 1440 by 60. I'll be damned. I mean, it probably looks fine.
On with the free vSphere hypervisor.
Actually, am I coming through on 1440p 60 on Twitch? Let's check. Yeah, I am. Let's see how pretty I look. Yeah, that looks pretty fucking good, actually. Look at that, all the way down. Yeah, let's move the mouse around a little bit more. Get some more action going on here. I love that. Turtles all the way down. Love it. Okay, back to this for real now.
All right, EUC had a big announcement on Monday. KKR have announced that they are going to acquire the EUC division. That is going to include Workspace ONE and Horizon. So this unit will run as a standalone. This will probably close sometime this year. And that means that EUC will no longer be part of the Broadcom umbrella. It's going to be part of the KKR umbrella. And they have got an article that talks about what their plans are for the EUC division. And you can go read all about that on the blog post there, KKR on their site. They've got information about that as well. So tons of places you can find information on that. We knew this was coming. Broadcom made that announcement that they were going to divest EUC, and they have done that. And this is an announcement to agree to acquire. It does need to get approved. And as we saw the process for Broadcom to approve VMware, took some months. I imagine this is going to be a lot shorter to get done just because it's a smaller set of technologies. But that's the news on that. Questions that stem out of this is what's going to happen with Advantage once this spins out? Well, every software that's in Advantage Eval Experience is a VMware by Broadcom SKU. So when this spins out, we will have conversations with KKR. We know who it is now, and say, hey, we want to keep this product in our Advantage. And then we will negotiate with them to see if that's something they're interested in. If KKR is on the line, we're interested in doing that. So we can have that discussion later. We're definitely interested in keeping that software in that bundle, in that Advantage bundle. But of course, it's not our software. So we will work with KKR and either work out a deal or not work out a deal But regardless, we are looking into.
That's interesting to hear. Dell is not an authorized reseller for VMware right now. Broadcom dropped them. Interesting.
That, you know, we know that a lot of Horizon environments are running on vSphere. And of course, vSphere is a part of VMUG Advantage. So, you know, to me, I'm biased, but it would make sense to keep Horizon part of that, but not my call to make. But we will ask that question. So that's the main thing to know on that. We will be asking about that when the time comes. All right, the partner program. So you're thinking this is a member town hall. Why are we talking about partners? Well, I'll tell you why. Partners are members of VMUG, and we appreciate those partners. VMUG membership, again, is free, and it's for end users, it's for partners, and it's for VMware by Broadcom employees. So anybody can join VMUG, take advantage of the free membership. The reason this is important also is you as an end user need to know kind of what's going on in the partner ecosystem. And so just a real quick recap, in December, Broadcom discontinued the VMware.
This is interesting. Somebody actually said it right here. Why Proxmox instead of OpenStack? OpenStack is way more complicated to stand up and maintain. I'm not sure if you guys remember about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago, I want to say, I actually did some work with OpenStack, and it was a nightmare to get set up. There is no easy distribution, like point and click distribution that doesn't cost thousands of dollars per license.
Partner program, because they wanted to move it to the Broadcom partner program, and that's the Broadcom Advantage partner program. And so they launched that on February 5th. The same day they sent out letters to all the partners saying.
They didn't send out letters. They did not send the letters out to the partners.
You know, hey, you want to be a partner, here's how you complete that task. And that all happened. So the majority of past partners did get invited back. I saw an article that said over 18,000 partners got invited back. If you had done business with VMware in the past 2 years, you would get invited back. So I would imagine that everybody, most everybody, if not everybody, whoever partner they used in the past, they're still going to be in the program, invited to the program. Be up to them if they choose to accept, but they'll be invited to the program. And I've talked to many partners, from the biggest boys that just have had announcement recently on their quarter earnings, all the way down to some partners that have 3 and 4 people and just service one city.
That's interesting to learn. KKR also owns Parallels, which is that means they're a Ludo. It's the same company that owns Corel and a couple of other ones. Hold on, I'll actually show you. But yeah, Aludo is the company that owns Corel. They own a bunch of other stuff too. SW Soft. I actually talked to these guys I actually interviewed with these folks. Yeah, but they were the Corel Corporation. Let's see, what else do they own? WordPerfect, Corel Draw, WinZip, WinDVD, Painter, Mind Manager. Let's see what else. PaintShot Pro, Aftershot. Oh, here we are. That's all Corel. Huh. Oh, God, Paradox. Yeah, I've had to use that before. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, back to this. That's funny that they gave that up, though.
And they're like, oh, yeah, we got our letter. We're good to go. We're cruising along. So I think that bodes well for the partner community. If you're a partner out there and you have not gotten a letter, I would start making some phone calls, finding out what's going on. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to help any way that I can. The Broadcom Fact QR code on the left, these both are on the left is very, centric to partners. Anybody can read it. It's out there. It's no secret, but if you're not a partner, it might not be that interesting. And then the Feb 7 blog from Broadcom that explaining what's going on in partners. Partners played a big role in the VMware ecosystem prior to acquisition. They will continue to play a big role in the Broadcom by VMware ecosystem. I think maybe even a bigger role because of some of the things that Broadcom is doing. An example would be Broadcom's not doing SaaS anymore. So there's an opportunity potentially for a partner to say, we will handle that service part of your subscription and take care, of the customer that way. Because some customers are wanting to say, look, I like the SaaS model. I want to get out of having to do the day-to-day care and feeding of whatever platform it is, so you can focus on your core business. And that will still be there, but it'll be there through partners, not directly through Broadcom. Of course, you'll still get your subscriptions through Broadcom. Many of you will be buying those through partners, not directly from Broadcom. So again, I see the partner ecosystem becoming more and more important in post-acquisition VMware by Broadcom. So choose your partners wisely out there, folks. It's the partner word is key. You don't just want somebody that's a vendor. You want a partner. So that's my tip of the day there. All right, moving on. VMware Education. So we got some news on VMware Education. You may or may not have known that VMUG was a VMware education reseller. And we had started getting some notification about that no longer being available. And sure enough, we got an email back from VMware by Broadcom. And I'm just going to read it verbatim. VMware by Broadcom is no longer providing on-demand course to the end users and customers.
This pisses me off. How the fuck are you supposed to keep your community going if they can't do it in their own time? How the fuck are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to support folks if you're not actually allowing them to grow on their own time and learn how to do this stuff? It doesn't make sense. Oh, how many minutes do we have left? Oh, good. We still have another 35 minutes of this.
So the on-demand courses are no longer. Some of you have tried to buy those courses. We've tried to buy those courses, and it's not available anymore.
It's fucking
so
bullshit.
That is the word on that. That's all the information we have on that. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Certifications. Many of y'all ask about certifications, and the certification criteria is going to be the same as it was, prior to the acquisition. And any changes that come, they will keep us up to date, keep not just us, but the world up to date, and let people know what's going on with certification. If you've got a VCP, a VCAP, a VCDX, that is a valuable certification. And you want to make sure that, you keep that up to date, let people know that you have that certification. And so regardless of what happens to the certification program, if you've got those certifications, they're going to be beneficial for you, not just this year, but years to come. Of course, over time, it will start.
Yeah, that was kind of shitty. That was really shitty of them.
Start to fade, but I will be on the lookout for any news about what's going to happen with the certification program. But for now, it's same as what it was before, and it very well likely could stay that way. And if it doesn't, we will let you know. All right, so here's the resources page, and I think we're coming up on the Q&A. How am I doing on time? Yep, about 9:30, perfect. All right, the official blog site is that QR code on the left. Tons of great blogs in there, including the one that we discussed earlier.
I'll pause in case you guys want to you guys want to actually check out those QR codes. Do you want me to make it larger, or is it okay as it is? I'll give you guys 30 seconds. How's that? I'll run an ad too. No, I can't run an ad because then it'll actually cover it up if I recall correctly. 3. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just start it back up.
Earlier, William Lamb's blog is the one there that you can see. VMware is on X, LinkedIn. They're all over the place, but you can find them out there as well. That big QR code is the one that I referenced earlier. So if you want to give feedback direct to Broadcom, scan that QR code. It's going to ask you some questions. You're going to hit submit, and it will go to Broadcom. VMUG does not see that. VMUG does not manage that. VMUG does not respond to that. We have no visibility into that. As I mentioned earlier, we're independent, and so we have no access to that. That's not our program. But it is a great way for you to give feedback direct to Broadcom. Now, you can always give feedback to us as well. We always want to hear feedback. I mentioned the spirited chat last month. Read all of that. Appreciate all the feedback in there. So all good on that. All righty. Now I want to talk about how to stay connected with VMUG. Membership is free. Become a member. That's what you want to do. And in your profile, put where you are geographically located. That way you're going to get information about the local events. You see the numerous local events happening throughout the month. If you're in your area, you could get information about what's going on in a local event. If you're a partner, and let's say you cover, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Georgia, then maybe you want to sign up for Nashville, for Atlanta, for, Louisville, for Memphis, for Birmingham. Well, that's not in those 3 states, so you might not want that one, but you get my point. You can sign up for as many local chapters as you want to, and you will get emails and you will know all what's going on. Local chapter meetings are free. Becoming a member is free. And you can see all the events that we have going on up there. I'll highlight the virtual event March 7th because that will be a very big event. Obviously virtual. We have no geo bounds, so we generally get a lot of people at that event. All righty. We're going to go through the Q&A. And I will leave this up while I'm going through Q&A. That way you know how to get in touch with us. Autumn will put in the chat my contact information. It was on an earlier slide, but it'll be in there. And then I'm going to go to the Q&A. I see chat is active. That's great. And I'm going to pull up the Q&A. Looks like a good bit of questions here. All right. Michael asks, regardless of the changes in features, what is the expected increase in costs like for like? Okay, I think I understand your question. I'm not going to be able to give you a direct answer on that. We know that there are some people out there that have seen increases in their costs. That is fact. Some people have seen, 2, 3, 4, 5x increase. I don't know where they were coming from, and I don't know where they were going, but there are people out there that see an increase. I have also heard people that they get their new quote and they are like, wow, this is actually saving me money, or this is.
Nobody says that. Nobody's saying that.
It's the same price, but I get additional benefits. Now, this is a general rule. If you were a VCF consumer to begin with, your pricing is probably going to look maybe even less or very close to the same as what it was before. And this is Brad Tompkins talking here, not Broadcom. If you were using just vSphere, then you're probably going to see a more substantial increase. An example is if you were using vSphere ESX free
VMUG SpaceX. Oh my God.
version, you are going to have to pay. So that's going to
It's so fucking stupid. I love it, but it's so fucking stupid.
be an exponential increase percentage-wise, and that's just the way it is. But don't take my word for it. Talk to your partners. Talk to VMware by Broadcom.
None of us are.
Get the pricing out there. And it's impossible for us to get pricing information for everybody. I do think in that blog that it talks about how much it costs per core, so you can get some rough numbers, but negotiate that with VMware by Broadcom. All right, Matthew puts in here, our cost for 16 socket vSphere Plus increase 400%. All right, okay, so I can't do that. Is it true that the minimum 16 core per socket for licensing? I would defer to Broadcom on that. I think that blog might discuss on that about the 16 core per licensing. Why is DRS not considered part of the standard package? My thing jumped. Standard package. Is it such a fundamental? It is such a fundamental part of VMware implementation. We're not Broadcom. You'll have to defer that question to Broadcom. Was not part of the process to creating those packages and pricing and what they kept, what they didn't keep. What is Broadcom's strategy for retaining education customers? So I don't know if that is people.
Sorry. Okay, let's rewind that one. That was good.
What is Broadcom's strategy for retaining education customers?
They don't want you. They don't want you. You're not a corporation. You're not a megacorp. They don't want you.
So I don't know if that is people, if you're referring to people that are in like higher education and education as far as that are using it versus people that are selling certification. I assume you mean it's people that are in the for schools and those kind of things. You'll have to get your pricing. I know that VMware had discounts for EDU prior. I don't know if they do anymore. That is something you'll just have to ask Broadcom to see if they have pricing. And I'm gonna go through all of these that I can here, but again, if it's a question about pricing or why something was done, this is VMUG. We're an independent org. We do not have any say-so in that. We can get feedback though.
He is crying on the inside, man. He is crying. We don't do that here, sir. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
So all of these questions will get back to Broadcom, so I don't mind going through that. Let's see. So this is a question about with up to 10x pricing increase small customers, how does Broadcom affect VMware to hang around? These small customers grow admins, growing into big customers. I assume that's a rhetorical question. Again, I can't comment. We're not Broadcom, so I don't know what that strategy is on that. So question here about, does Broadcom listen to customers? Yes, you can do the QR code.
That was a stupid question to take. That was an incredibly stupid question to take, man. Wow. I'm embarrassed for them for that one.
On the previous side, I'll pop that up. It's on that one, so you can get that and submit that to Broadcom. Again, that QR code on the right is not VMUG, that's Broadcom. Where can customers find the new pricing and SKUs? I've seen that out there somewhere. And again, I want to, whatever price per core. So it's out on the internet somewhere. I don't know that we highlighted it on any of the.
Yeah, we got ads. Yeah, I got somebody over in Discord. He was talking about that nobody watches stuff when he tries to do stuff. And that's unfortunate because, I wish there was more tech. I wish there was more tech on Twitch. I wish there was more tech on, there needs to be more people like us that are actually here to try to learn shit and, have fun doing stuff. I feel like that's very important. And I also feel like it's something I missed. I'm sweating my ass off here. I'm gonna turn on the air conditioner for a little bit, the main air conditioner. At least get the fans going. It's a little bit too warm in here. Starting to cook. What was the temp today? It was, let's see. Oh, I got 78 here. 78 Fahrenheit. Hotter than hell. All right, back to this bullshit.
Blogs that we said here, but it is out there somewhere. Maybe if somebody from Broadcom is in the chat, they can pop it in there. All right, here's a question about CSPs. And I'm glad you brought this up, Brandon, because the partner program that I talked about earlier was for everyone but CSPs. I failed to mention that. In that article, in the FAQ, it said CSPs will get their information at a later date. And that's all they said.
Yeah, they took Elon's business approach of X. Fuck them. Yeah, pretty much. And not nah, fuck them. No, it's literally, fuck them.
I have talked to some CFPs that have gotten their information and they know what they are. There's been some tweets out there from some providers that said, hey, you know, we're a Pinnacle CSP. So that information is getting out there. But CSPs are a little bit different timeline to get their letters. And that's all I know about that right now. Again, I do know some have gotten it. I know some have not. I don't know if that means that it's coming or if you're just not going to get one. I don't know, but some have gotten it. Is there any update on the Theta E to UC from Dan? Yes, we covered that earlier. We talked about VMUG license for Horizon if EUC departs. So real quick, we will ask KKR if we can continue that. And if they'll let us, we'll do it. We would love to do it if you're listening, KKR. How do you see the local VMware Broadcom local reps working with local VMUGs? Any changes and updates? Oh, that's a great question, Eric. I appreciate that. So as you know, VMware has always been a big supporter of VMUGs, and that is continuing with VMware by Broadcom. We are very happy about that. Local reps are assigned, let me say it differently. Reps are assigned to a local area. Obviously, there was some reduction in force, and there was some impact from that. I mean, when people are no longer employed by the company, obviously that's going to have an impact. But you do have a local rep. It might not be in the city that you're in. Obviously, if
You have a local rep. It might not be local anymore, but you have a local rep. That's not a local rep. He needs to not do these anymore. He needs to get somebody else to do it.
If you're in a bigger city, you probably will have a couple of reps. But if you're in a smaller city, it might be somebody that needs to come in from out of town. We are gathering that information with Jean Williams, who's with Broadcom. She supports VMUG on the VMUG board. So she's working to get that information internally. And that's a great example of how Broadcom and VMUG, you know, works. We're like, hey, we need this information. They gather it up, and then it's like, great, we have it. So that information is being shared out as we get it. Let's see. Is Broadcom selling VMware View and Workstation? I'm not familiar with VMware View, but anonymous attendee here. If you're talking about Workstation and Fusion, that is now part of the VCF division. So it's not part of EUC. So it's in VCF, and obviously VCF is a huge division for Broadcom. So my take is it's pretty safe and it will continue on. Oh, maybe you meant Horizon View. Okay. Don't know about that one. I guess we'll have to ask KKR on that one. Okay, I work in K-12 education. Will Broadcom offer academic pricing? I've had that question. I do not know the answer. If somebody on Broadcom knows the answer, pop it in there. So I don't know. I do know that I have talked to some K-12 education folks, and their prices did go up. And they alluded to the fact that there wasn't a discount on that. So you'll need to ask more information on that one. Get that direct from Broadcom. Are there any tools comparing or translating previous SKUs to the new SKUs? I don't know. I don't know that one. I do know that William Lamb on his blog has got some scripts that will help you configure either VVF or VCF. And I'm going to stop talking there because that's about as far as I can go on that. When you start talking William Lamb level, I'm nowhere near that. So I'll defer to his blogs. I would imagine they would have something, but I can't say for sure.
This is just fucking painful to watch, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's tough. I appreciate y'all sticking it out and hanging out with me and everything. But yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, we've got another 20 minutes of this. Okay, 22 minutes, guys. We can make it. We can make it. With hot takes, that's like 30 minutes, guys. We can do this. All
right, Mark asks, ESX free was how most sysadmins cut their teeth on VMware. Removing this is likely to push somewhere else. What about keeping fold? Is there any problem? Will they, okay, the end of it is, will any chance they'll reconsider the decision? We'll give them the feedback. My guess is probably no, but another plug for VMUG Advantage, $210.
$210. Can't do any classes anymore. It's $210. Hey, yo.
Subscription. You can get those SKUs and you can cut your teeth all day long on vSphere, vSAN, NSX. If you want to, plus many, many more. Home lab only, not for production. Let's see. Can services powered? Oh, it's a great question. Let's see, can services powered by VCF like Microsoft Azure VMware Solution or Oracle Cloud VMware Solution be showcased at VMUGs? Heck yes, absolutely. They're great sponsors. OCBS, and you got AVS. Google has their own flavor of that. So does AWS. There's a lot of CSPs that have their own flavor of that, thinking of like an OVH or a Rackspace or a Flexential. So, many folks out there that do this. This is a great content piece for VMUG. Folks, I used to work at VCPPs and in co-location, and don't run your, this is Brad Tompkins getting on a soapbox from past job. Don't run your own data center, outsource that stuff. But anyway, if you do want to get to a cloud operating model or run VCF in an environment where somebody else is managing it, much like a SaaS type solution, plenty of providers out there. It's great content for a VMUG. So not only can you do that, I encourage you to do that. All right, another question about K-12. I believe I addressed that about licensing. All right, what are the options available for vSphere remote office, branch office, robo license holders? I think William Lamb blog covers that. So you'll need to research that one out there. Let's see. So Scott asked, talking about the chat, and I can't keep up with the chat line, but again, I read all the chat last time, and look, I got the sentiment. There was some positive and there was some, spirited conversation, I'll say, and that's fine.
Spirited conversation. Spirited.
Fine. Yes, all that stuff gets back to Broadcom. We let them know what we're hearing. They know that we're out there, we're doing town halls, we're at local meetings, they're getting feedback from us. And so we talked to Broadcom about those kind of things. With Gene and Eric, we got a direct link back to Broadcom. We talk to them, if not daily, maybe multiple times a day. So that information is being told and given back to them. Okay, so detailed question about EUC and VIDM. I'm going to pass on that one. Not a Workspace ONE expert. I apologize. Any news on Broadcom with Carbon Black? So the news on Broadcom with Carbon Black is they are looking for a buyer for that. There is rumors that that might not happen. I have not seen anything official from Broadcom on that. So I will go with the last official word we've gotten from Broadcom. Is they were looking to divest EUC and Carbon Black. EUC obviously is in the process of doing that. And Carbon Black, there's been no additional announcement on that. So Tony, since we're going to subscription model, can we get the latest vSphere software on older hardware? I'm not.
No, they're not going to support older hardware. Why would they do that? They want to fuck you twice. Not only do you have to upgrade your entire infrastructure, you also have to pay twice as much or 5 times as much.
Not quite following that question, but Advantage gives you the latest version of vSphere. And if your old hardware runs it, run it. I mean, it might not be on the HCL, but you can't call support anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I say load it up, Tony. If it works, it works. And then blog about it and speak about it at a VMUG. Another question about education. So education discounts, I do not know. Ask Broadcom about that. That's a theme on this. So Broadcom will pick up this theme about education discounts. Let's see, what about existing subscriptions to ELS? And I think that's the education learning. Do we know what ELS stands for? Learning, I think it's their, I don't know, I'll pass on that. I'm not quite sure what ELS is. Education credits that I can use for certification, will those still be good and able to be used? Question by Todd. I would assume so, but I don't have a definitive answer on that. Let me clarify. They are PSO credits. Not sure how PSO credits are working. That's a Broadcom question. All right, we're going to keep rolling on. All right, let's see. All right, so here's an advantage question. One of the challenges in the past has been the timely availability of software patches to VMUG Advantage members. Do you know if anything can be done to improve the release cycle to members? Security patching is quite important to the user base, as these are lab eval licenses. Early release is very important for testing purposes. Shaking your head, you got an answer, Autumn?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. We will take that feedback and see what we can do on that. I know we do a pretty good job, like within weeks, to getting new software that's been announced. In other words, like if it's 6.7 to 7 or 7.5 to 8 or whatever it is. So we do a pretty good job on that. But we can ask the team on the patching side. But man, look at you keeping that home lab patched up. You go. Nice job, Chris. Any information about Workstation Fusion? I covered that. That is under VCF. So it's not being sold under EUC. So good news on that. How about the existing registered on-demand courses? Oh, if you've already registered and it's on demand?
You have until March 31st, I believe, to do that class. Double check with the education contact page I've been sending in the chat, and I'll send that again. But you should have until the end of March to do that.
All right, end of March, heard it there. All right. Okay, Louis, if I'm a small French VMware vendor, not partner, where should I buy my license for my customers now? Well, I'm kind of confused because I kind of use partner and vendor interchangeably. So my recommendation on that was, reach out to Broadcom and become a partner, and then you can sell the licenses. If that doesn't work, maybe partner with another reseller, and maybe you could do it that way. Yeah, so David asked, our town hall is going to be monthly event by VMUG now. Yes, I say yes. So obviously it's not going to run forever, but we had a huge response. Last month we had, 2,000 plus people. We had over 3,000 registered for these two that we're doing. We changed it. We heard feedback, what about our APJ? So now we're doing 2 of them. We definitely have one in April, and I'll give the QR code for the April event here. We're going to do them 2 different times to, again, accommodate the globe because we're a global community. So let us know if you want us to keep doing it. Let us know. And if there's something you'd like to see on this, we can do that too. So question in here on with EUC going to KKR, what does it mean for VCF shops that use workspace access for IAM and that sort of thing? I don't know. I don't know the question of that. That news was just announced on Monday. I would be shocked if there's not some plan for that, because Broadcom by VMware knew that so much of that underlying infrastructure is, VCF, it's vSphere, it's all this kind of stuff. So I'm sure they have a plan for that. Another question about Workstation and Fusion. Michael Roy is smiling somewhere. Everybody loves Workstation and Fusion. That's still around. It's under VCF, going nowhere. All right, I see vCloud found from Jody and that Fusion question. Oh, that was anonymous. Let's see. I see VCF, VMware Cloud Foundation, in the VMUG Advantage portal. Is that the new subscription for us to start using, or is there something different coming? A little bit about VCF. So VCF isn't a SKU that you download. VCF is a bundled package, and then in that package, you've got SKUs for, vSAN, vSphere, NSX, ARIA, whatever it is. So you can choose to load or unload whatever you want to from a SKU perspective. And we will continue to update those SKUs. We get SKUs from Broadcom I think we get a monthly. And so we're continuing to get those SKUs. And so that will keep coming. All right. Another Fusion question. Loving it. Let's see. Okay. Question about communication to partners. All right. There is a blog on specifically on partners, and it's not listed here, but it was a lady that did it. And I can't remember her name. I'll try to find. Yeah, Cindy Lloyd. There you go. There you go. That's it. So that one hit. I don't know. All these blogs kind of run together, but that's the latest one that I've seen, and it's probably the best one. Information on communication or updates for partners. So Anthony asked, we were told that we have to use VCF. We cannot go to VVF licensing for management clusters. What's my understanding? I don't have an understanding on that. I mean, I guess there could be a scenario where you need to go to VCF. If they're telling you VVF isn't an option for whatever reason, then I would assume that's the case. I can't speak details on that particular scenario, though. Is there an official, from Nico, is there an official licensing calculator available to compare future prices with actual costs? I'm not aware of one. So I don't know. If there is, pop it in the chat if somebody knows, and we'll share that out. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. Do you know if vSphere for desktop 100-pack license will continue to be available through KKR? I don't know about that one. Most of these are starting to repeat themselves, so just bear with me. Let's see, Greg, do you have any information regarding trade-in discounts for perpetual licenses? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know about that, but you would imagine they would do something to give you credit for that, or maybe you could just run the perpetual until the ELA's up. Sam asks, is VMware Fusion, boy, Fusion Workstation hot today? Covered by VMUG Advantage eval program? Yes. And is the Mac a good platform for learning VMware vSphere products, especially ESXi? Okay, so my bias is going to come in. I'm rocking my Dell Precision.
Fusion runs on Intel and ARM64 Macs and the new Apple Macs. The problem is that it does not support x86 emulation on the new Apple Silicon. So you can only run ARM64 on Fusion. Source, I literally tried it. I literally tried it last week, and it wouldn't let me install anything other than just like ARM64 versions of Linux. I was kind of bummed.
Here, I'm not a Mac guy, but man, I know a ton of people that use Mac. I'm sure it's fine. It's a fine platform. Just kidding you out there, all you Mac lovers. So yeah, I'm sure that'll work great. And yes, you can get Fusion and Advantage. So Richard asks, is there transition plan to move VMware User Group to Virtualization Platform User Group, VPUG, or some other moniker? No, we're going to stay VMware User Group because VMware name has not gone anywhere. VMware, the company, no longer exists. You go look up their stock signal and you get nothing. But VMware product does exist. VMware by Broadcom is still VMware VCF. So VMUG is around. VMUG name is here to stay. We're all chugging along. And we are not changing our name or anything like that. Okay, this is a long one. Give me a second. There's a huge distance.
With the breaks, they even feel longer.
See in front of this. Okay, so I'm going to summarize this. This basically, is there a plan for Broadcom to get in front of users like engineer administrators, practitioners, admins, and, kind of talk about things and clear up some of the FUD that we know is out there? I will say from my perspective, it is getting clearer every day. And my answer to that is absolutely. They are doing that. You might not see it, but they are. I've been at multiple events, very intimate events where it's like, 15, 20 people, and they ask the same questions you're asking. Trust me. Another great place to do this is at your local VMUG. Another great place to do this is at any of these user cons that we have coming up, at the virtual event, at the DC Roadshow. That one is on modern cloud infrastructure. We have asked in Broadcom, let me say it differently. Broadcom did an overview at one of our Modern Core Infrastructure Road shows about Broadcom and where they're going. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is great. We gave that feedback to Broadcom. They built on that and now they're providing that. So it kind of sets up the day. It talks about who Broadcom is. Some of this I touched on earlier, but they do a lot better job of it. Who Broadcom is, their history. They sell hardware and software and where they're going and what the plan is and all that kind of stuff. So that information is getting out there, and it is, it's a great conversation to have in a small, intimate room. Obviously, that's hard to get to all the hundreds of thousands of customers out there. But Michael, I appreciate that sentiment. So Scott asked, considering Broadcom seems to be pricing most of its out of VMware, will VMUG consider moving to other tools? VMUG is a VMware user group, so we're going to stay VMware user group. We love VMware. We're going to stick with it. We love the products. So many of us have built our career on VMware, starting out with, GSX and ESX back in the day, all the way up to now, what is VCF? So no, we're going to hang around. I realize there's options out there. I read an article this morning that's saying like, look, if you do want to exit VMware, here are your options. And you can go Google that yourself. There's tons of people. I'm sure there's tons of competitors out there calling you. That's part of your job. Find out what's best for you and your company, what's best for your career. Do your feature comparison. If you're a small shop and something else works for you, well, then that's decisions you have to make as an IT professional. If you do move off, you're still welcome to come to a VMUG. VMUG membership is free. Somebody asked about HCX. I thought HCX was still around. So I don't think that's being moved. That's think is an important keyword there. Are there any other parts of VMware software suite slated to be sold off by Broadcom? They've not announced any of that. I'd be surprised if there's any more. They said from the beginning, even before they acquired them, they're going to focus on the core. Focus on the core. Core is VCF. They're going to focus on VCF. And guess what? VVF is a subcomponent of VCF. vSphere Essential subcomponent. So if you focus at the top, it's going to improve all 4 of those SKUs. And so that's where their focus is going to be. I'm excited about this because I think it'll allow improvements and innovations to come faster because you're not going to be focusing on EUC or Carbon Black. Great products. Nothing wrong with those products. But if they're going to stay in their lane on VCF, my take is hold on because things are going to start to get better quicker and it's going to be fun to watch. Brad Tompkins' opinion. Yes, I get it. I'm biased. Let's see. Independence. Okay, somebody asked about other hypervisors. Nope, not going to do that at a VMUG. Plenty of ways to get that information. Let's see. Can you get a copy of the chat script? Yes, I get a copy of the chat script. So I will read all the chat. Speaking of advantage, can you use licenses for a dev non-production environment at work rather than a home lab? Yes, Autumn is telling me yes on that. So if as long as it's not in production, you should be good to go on that. Our renewal is about a month away. We've received pricing. And Greg, thanks for that question about advantage. So Raven quotes, very high, been told not currently 3-year renewals. Okay, this is very specific about their environment and renewal terms. I cannot speak to any of that. Don't know if it's going to be available in the near future, Raymond. Talk to your partner. Talk to VMware by Broadcom.
4 minutes, guys.
Let's see. Some fella named Heath Johnson says, come to the Orlando VMUG UserCon in 2 weeks. VMware TMM staff will be on site. Come see Dave Morera and myself. Heath Johnson. Yes, that's right. So I mentioned that earlier, right? If you have questions and you want to talk to VMware by Broadcom, come to these events. They're there. We're telling Broadcom, look, bring everybody you got because everybody's got questions. I get it. Heath just launched a great YouTube video about VCF, so you want to check that out. But yeah, so Dave Morera, you might know Dave. He was on Explore Stage last year. He speaks all over the place. So these are top-notch speakers. They know their stuff. They're ready for the questions. So, you know, write them down and bring them at them, and we'll get it going. Thanks, Heath. I appreciate you coming down to Orlando. I will not be there, unfortunately, so y'all will have to hold down the fort. But Autumn will be there, so you can come see Autumn too.
Fun.
All right, I'm checking time. I almost got through all of these. All right, let me just scan through some of these and try to get. All right, so here's a good question. If I sign up for multi-year advantage option, will those include licenses for all the years? Are the licenses distributed annually, or are they built multi-year? It's annual. So that is annual. So if you get buy now, you can download all the licenses right now, and they'll be good till March of 2026. Well, I guess technically February, because you get only 12 months, not 13. But you get my point. And then in the next time, you'll have to download again. But you're not going to have to tear down your environment. You can continue. All right, let's see. Oh, no, they say the QR code's not working. Maybe we can throw the thing in the chat. We got that? All right, good enough. Okay, all right. Okay, so I really didn't get through. I got 2 more than last time. All right, folks, we are going to end this thing on time. I told you we wouldn't get through all the questions, but you know, I will summarize this and just say, you know, we thank you for being a member. We thank you for your interest in VMUG. There's a lot going on, lots of information out there. My advice to you is before you make any rash decisions,
QR code worked for me. I just tried it.
get all the information. Don't trust everything you read out there on the blogs unless it's a VMware by Broadcom blog. William Lamb, you can trust William Lamb. I'm sure there's some others out there too, but just consider the source. Do your homework and find out what's best for you. Regardless of where you go, VMUG will still be here. We're still going to be VMUG. We're still going to be talking about VMware solutions. And I think the next months and years are going to be fantastic as VMware by Broadcom puts a focus on VCF, the software that so many of us have built our career on. So we will put the QR code and hopefully this one is working. So this is when we're going to do it again. We appreciate everybody attending. Have a great weekend wherever you are. And if you want to join again, you can at Monday, 7 p.m. is
Well, fine. Fuck you too then, buddy. God, I need to have like an unmute option for like my mods or something like that, or like my VIPs. Honestly, Koala, I'm going to make you a mod. All right, so I'm going to give you mod. And actually, since you're here anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new one here called unmute. So let's create a new action. I'm going to do toggle mute. We'll do that on streaming PC queue. That's fine. All right. So trigger. Let's do a command. Let's do. My brain's fried. Hold on. Chat. Actually, I'll do it over here. Platforms, Twitch, subcounter. Where is it? No, I did all that. It's core commands. Create a command. I'll just call it mute. That'll be bang mute. And that'll be open to mods only. And I guess all VIPs. That'll be, I'm going to do that on both, just on Twitch. And that will OBS sources. Set audio track state. Nope. Cancel. OBS sources. Set source mute states. They'll be on. Yeah, streaming PC, scene. Audio source mic. Microphone effects. And that'll allow you to toggle that. So let me test that really quick. Does it actually toggle it correctly? All right, 1 second. Let me see if this actually works. All right, so let's test that. All right. Do exclamation point mute, Koala. Okay, so now you should actually be hearing me because you use the under. Yep, there we are. All right, that worked. Sweet. Awesome, that works. Now you can unfuck my stream. There, when I'm muted, when I'm doing stupid shit, now you have the power to unmute me. So that'll toggle it. It's only mods that can do that. You're a mod now. Congratulations. Enjoy the responsibility. You're in charge of the bots. Enjoy the power. Yeah, so we did that in like, what, 3 seconds? Okay, I think there's like a couple of seconds left. I just want to wrap this up so we don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
The March one coming up, but this is the one for next month. The one on Monday in March is going to cover the same things.
Nope.
All right, everyone. I'm going to go get
That's
a glass of water. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
That by water, he means vodka. Just so you all know. He totally means vodka. And it's not going to be a glass, it's going to be a bottle.
Thank you, Autumn, for your help.
Thanks all.
Wasn't that fun, guys? I feel like that was a lot of fun. That may be a little sarcasm on my part, but that's okay. Yeah, we got through it, though. That's all that matters. We made it, guys. Let's hide some of these. I got so many that are like, don't need to be on here all the time. A little kind of chill, trip hop kind of thing going on here tonight. Felt like it was a bit of a change. So my plans are, might as well talk about this because we have a little bit of time. I am planning on participating in the OC World Championships, which are coming up. Yeah, always good seeing him struggle. I feel bad for the guy, man. He's got the worst job in the friggin' world right now. The OC World Championships were announced this week. So we were going to talk about that for a few minutes. Or OC World Cup. Hold on. The qualifiers are coming up here pretty darn soon. Let's actually go through and talk about this here real quick. All right. Prize money confirmed, initial draft, competition end date, frequencies confirmed, hardware prizes and confirmed, and screenshots added. All right. Here's the rules. This is from last year. That's a cool picture from last year. I think Elmore's camera was over here in this corner over here if you watched it live with me last year. LGA 1700 platforms and G-Skill DDR5 memory. Has to be a retail component. Means no ESs. HWBot and G-Skill reserve the right to reject any entry. HWBot and G-Skill have the right to ask for video proof or benchmate data file if needed. Employees of PC hardware manufacturer companies cannot compete. I am not a PC hardware manufacturer, so I can compete. No hardware/score sharing is allowed. It is not allowed to remove submissions once they've been submitted or make crucial changes after submission. For instance, you submitted it wrong and you just wanted to unfuck it, or I'm kind of wondering about what that actually means. At the end of the competition, no more submissions or rectifications will be allowed. All submissions must include a picture of their rig. All submissions must include a picture of the G-Skill memory with heatsink and serial number. If the heatsink is removed, a picture must clearly show the PCB and IC. So I'm going to have to take them out of my case, put them on the side, take pretty pictures of them, stick them back in, or what have you. We expect fair play. HWBot and G-Skill reserve the right to remove results and or participants who compete unfairly. The decision is final and will not be discussed afterwards. Examples: influence others and pull submissions to profit your ranking. Phrasing on that's kind of weird. Deliberately make a mistake in the submissions process and ask to change it later. All submissions must include the official OC World Championship qualifier desktop. Yay, it's a pretty picture. That is a picture. All right, hardware. Limited LGA 1700 platforms, no motherboard or BIOS restrictions. G-Skill DDR5 memory, no engineering samples, 4 processor performance cores, no hyper-threading. That's easy enough. Rock, you're more than welcome to, yeah, you can send me a link, that's fine. I'll pull it up over here on the side. All right, I'm ready whenever you're willing to send me the link. There's about a 50-50 chance that's a bot, just to let you guys know. So, 0 followers, looks like a spam. Yeah, looks like a... Yeah, nuke them. Koala, nuke them. Fine, I'll do my own. Enjoy the band. That felt scammy. Actually, it might be. No, it might not be. Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. Let's pull this up here. I'm going to check it off. Copy. Oh, that's actually kind of cool, dude. I'm actually unbanning you now, man. That was actually okay. You're actually fine. So let me unban you. That felt kind of scammy. I'm sorry. When I looked up Rakshasa, I didn't see the 0 in your name. And I was wondering what that was about. So sorry. I'm removing the ban. You're good to go, dude. Sorry about that. You're perfectly fine, Rock. I apologize. I really thought it was actually something weird. So this is what he actually took a picture of. So let me pull this down here so y'all can see. That's actually kind of cool. I dig that. That's actually kind of fun. Anyway, back to work. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool, dude. Sorry for that. I gotta err on the side of caution. I apologize. Okay, so what else we got here? Windows 7, Windows 10. Yeah, I did. I appreciate it. I did too. That's actually kind of cool. All right, so LGA 1700, blah, blah, blah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Stop pushing me all the way down there. All LGA is fine. No gen limit of fire. Live will probably be 14th gen only. Ah, fuck. That's going to suck. Because I don't have any 14th gen. So y'all are definitely going to have to give me money for that. All right, let's see the stages here. First one's memory frequency. Sebi's going to get that. There's no doubt. Pi Prime, 32 billion. That one is kind of up in the air. I'm not a memory guy, so this is going to be hard for me. But I got to try it. Here's 7-zip. And here is Super Pi 32 million. I mean, I would just be thrilled if I make top 20. So I'm actually going to try for it. Hopefully I make at least top 20. All right, I'll take it. I'm happy. Good. And then 10 grand for a win. 65, 5,000, 42, 40. Okay, cool. I think they're probably giving away RAM too. Yep. Top 9 each get RAM. 3 get 75. Yeah, and then 3 extra ones get other kits. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm betting. Yeah, that's Sebi. I love Sebi. He's like one of the sweetest human beings on earth, man. Sebi actually won last year, and he's seriously one of the best. I love him to death. Such a great guy. And then everybody's posting the BIOSes. Yeah, I met Sebi in person. He's part of my overclocking team, and he's one of the best people, I swear to God. Got lots of BIOSes getting posted. Oh, they actually put up the official background finally. That's good. No, but everybody's putting it up. Oh, Sparky's is actually playing along too. I haven't seen him in a while. Used to hang out with him a lot on was it Bearded Hardware or is it over on Elmore? One of the two. Used to spend a lot of time over there though. I used to talk to him a lot. Seemed like a good dude. So let's save that. Close everything here. Let's unlock the screen, unzoom. Let's fucking go. We're ready for this shit, guys. It's coming. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. And I'm looking forward to doing this stuff with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a blast. All right, so okay, so I gave Koala way too much fucking power. This might be a mistake, depending on how many drinks he's had. I'm excited, guys. I mean, I think things are going to go well. I'm going to start taking a look at hardware over the next week or so, and probably going to start picking up some. I want to get the bench lab up and running. I think we're going to focus on that next week. Monday, I'll probably end up doing a hot takes on the. No, on Tuesday, I'll probably do a hot takes on the VMUG from Monday. But the rest of the week, we're going to spend the time getting the bench lab up and running and getting that ready to go. I have the new one. It's downstairs in the garage. I got to get it unboxed, get some pretty pictures of it, get some pretty video of it, actually getting unboxed, and get us ready to roll for, and make sure I'm actually got my Python scripts written so I can actually pull the data, actually get actual metrics, things like that. I feel like we'll be in good shape, guys. I think we're going to be okay. I should probably scan my laptop for stuff too. Or scan my desktop for stuff. For some reason, I don't trust that link. I don't know why. I mean, it's out of Russia, so... I mean, he's probably fine. He's probably a perfectly good dude. What's this display widget thing? Oh. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I can actually control my brightness, my screen brightness, my contrast and everything. Yeah, I can control everything from here. That's actually really cool. I like that there. Do I like that one or do I like that one? I almost kind of like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm not sure how much this is actually showing up. It does nothing for you guys. No. Let's see. What do we got for app sync? Nothing. Game Plus. Oh, I can put crosshair on the screen. Oh, I can do all that shit. That's cool. Oh, I can do multi-frame? Oh, that's cool as shit. So I can actually split my monitor. Oh, that's neat. Oh, I can set the transparency on it. That's cool as shit, man. Didn't even know it was a thing. Can I do anything on this one? Nope. Just this monitor. Just my big monitor. But still, that's really cool. The fact that's actually a thing that exists is actually really neat. I like that. All right. I think we're good. So now what do we want to talk about? Let's go through some scores, see if there's anything fun that's coming up. Splav's out there still doing ridiculous shit. What's that? 7950X? Almost 7 gigahertz on that. MSI Max is doing great stuff. I'm glad MSI Max is overclocking, man. I know he's been having a blast with he's got himself a Threadripper 79. I think it's a 7960X. He's been playing around with. Super cool, dude. I've talked to him quite a few times, and he's actually really cool. Let's see who else. Anything else cool? Nobody else I know on the list. Mastaflapa, he is at it. Pi Prime. What is that running? What's he running here? 1400K. 6,000. RAM at 8,600. It's a good run. Gear 2, 40, 34, 47, 40, 38. Yeah, that's pretty good. Looks like he's getting warmed up for it. He's not actually doing anything with the board yet. I wonder. I think he's using the. Which pod? LN2 pod is that? That looks like the. Oh, you guys can't even see my friggin' screen. Hold on. There you are. Looks like he's running. It looks like the Inferno, which is Elmar's pot. And that's on a new Apex board. So yeah, it looks like he's getting warmed up. Yeah, his scores are, yeah, 6 gigahertz, yeah. Effective core clock at 5808. Huh. Not bad at all, my friend. Good job, Master Flappa. You're a good dude. Let's see who else we got here. Nobody there that I know. Oh, Spicer's doing shit. Let's see what he's doing weird shit with. He always runs weird shit, like old stuff. It's like he's like obsessed with gigabyte boards. Let's see, is it a gigabyte board? Yes, it is. Oh, it's Cabby Lake. i3-7350X, 4.2 gigahertz. 5.3. Oh, this is ambient. 2021 on the RAM. That's actually pretty damn good. It was C14. Okay, so he's right at 16, 16, 16, 34. That's pretty damn good. And it's a 270X gaming, yeah. All right, what else we got here? From folks I know that are part of my team. Good Storm, Black Dots. Great guy. He's out of the UK, if I recall correctly. Or he's like Italy or France. No, he's France. That's where it is. Let's see what his score looks like here. 1400K, 5800. This is ambient. Is this ambient? Oh, it doesn't actually show. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, it's water. No, not the one I want. I want this one. He's running 32 gig, 7800. Not bad at all, my friend. Good job. Keep it up. And that's an Apex Encore. Looks like he's getting warmed up for stuff too. 5800 on that. It's a damn good score though. Good job, man. What else we got here? No one on that list I know. Dread Zone. Love Dread Zone. One of my favorite humans. And this is on a 10700K. 5 gigahertz. Ambient. At 4400. CL16, 17, 17, 34. It's actually not bad at all. Yeah, not bad at all. Good job there, Dread Zone. I wish Dread Zone could actually show up for my streams. Because like my streams are like in the middle of his night. Or wait, is it? There's 16 hours, I think, ahead of where I'm at. So math is hard and I'm not gonna do that, but they're, yeah, I love them. They're great. Nobody. Yeah, I think a lot of folks are taking it easy until there's Spicer again. Cinebench R15. Oh, and that 3750X. These damn gigabyte boards. $4,000 on the RAM though. That's still damn good. CL16 across the board. They're at 5,300. Yeah, this is going to be water or ambient. Yeah, it's ambient no matter what, but let's see, what do we got here? More spicers. Those are it's probably that same board. Yeah, definitely the same board. Dread Zone with that 1200K, 10700K. 1 p.m. over there? Yeah. I never seem to meet up with, I never be able to hang out with them though, so. Which is fine. Shit happens. Life gets in the way sometimes. 1 second. Let's see. Digging this soundtrack I picked up though. Actually, just seeing who's online right now. 10 toes. Only got about 20 minutes left. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a full stream tonight or not. I don't know if I can do a full 4 hours tonight, guys. I do have pretty much all day tomorrow to stream too. And I would love to get a good night's sleep tonight so we can actually do that and like enjoy ourselves like during the day tomorrow. If you guys are cool with that, what I might do then is I might raid out, and then we can chill, hang out, and call it a little bit early tonight so we can actually be nice and rested and actually like be okay for tomorrow. Awesome, guys. Thank you all for coming. I love you. Thank you. You're wonderful. I'll raid out and see you guys tomorrow. Figure out where to raid out. Yeah, let me figure out where the hell to raid out to. I want to go to, let's go to Colombian Brew Joe. Let's actually see what they're up to here. If I could spell